Hello, hello. What it do? I'm Ashley. Who are you? Sometimes, I just get on here and I freestyle as my opener. That's what that was. So, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about being an introvert, being a little bit more quiet into yourself, and having this sort of personality while working in corporate America. I think my experience has evolved quite a bit. When I first joined corporate America 6 years ago, I worked for Oracle, and I was an introvert, but I was really more on the shy side. And I don't think introverts and shyness is the same thing. It's really not. But I was more shy. I was more socially anxious. And I realized very quickly that sort of personality wasn't really going to get me far in corporate America. And I was liking the money. You know what I'm saying? I never really had any desire to grow the corporate ladder. I just like the idea of the benefits. I wanted a 401k. I wanted 6 figures. I wanted benefits, medical insurance, vision. I wanted my own, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be grown. And 6 years ago, I was 22. So, just to give you a little taste of like my age. And it's not even just being quiet, but it's also being young and being a black woman. That really is just, I've experienced and seen some shit. So we're going to talk about that today, because I've since quit my job. And I've found another one, thank God. But I literally kind of rage quit one day, and I had something else lined up. I didn't really sign the paperwork yet. And low-key, I was a little bit in limbo with that job offer. So I'm never going to do that again. But, once I knew I'm about to move on to something else, I literally woke up one morning and said, I'm done. Letter of resignation. Peace out. Because the older I get, the more I'm in these spaces and in these systems, the more I realized how much we as human beings really aren't designed for them. But especially if you're an introvert, especially if you're somebody that is just a bit more to yourself. And I'm not creating this conversation and having this conversation to say one kind of person is better than the other. Honestly, all of us are a little introverted and a little extroverted. That's just part of being a nuanced human being, right? But you lean to one side when you're in the corporate space. And for me, I leaned more to myself. I'm more of an independent thinker. I'm a self-starter. I don't mind working in teams. I don't mind asking questions. I don't mind doing all of that. But I have just always been the kind of person that can figure it out. I'm the kind of person that uses my resources. You know what I'm saying? I use what's available on the company website. I use the materials I was given when I was onboarded. I read things. I'm intuitive. One thing about being introverted, we're more observant, right? And introversion really just means your energy level is different, right? I like to think of introverts as people that start the day with a pocket full of quarters. And as they go throughout the day, they're giving out their quarters. And by the end of the day, their pockets are empty. They're depleted. Meanwhile, extroverts start the day with their pockets empty. And they, go throughout the day. They love to talk to people. They love to interact. They love to do all of that. And it gives them energy. That's all it is. One isn't better than the other. But one benefits more from a capitalistic society, right? One benefits more from a place that wants you to be on go and encourages you to be loud even if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and to lead even if you don't have leadership qualities, and to climb and to do more and do more, even if there's really no real intention, even if what we're doing doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, even if what we're doing is hurtful. You know what I'm saying? A big thing I'm thinking about right now, I no longer work for Oracle. That was my entry point into corporate America. But the only reason I left is because I was laid off during COVID, right? And that was mass layoffs. Like, my boss was laid off. All of my team members, like, they cleaned house, okay? And they told us, it's not your performance. Like, we literally just had evaluations. We all were told, oh, you're doing great work. Raises, bonuses, just to be let go a few months later, right? Oh, it's just money, right? Oracle just did this again. A week ago, laid off between 20 and 30,000 people at once. Now, they didn't even fucking put a Zoom call on their calendar and tell them face to face. At least they told me face to face, like, look, we're really sorry, but, you know, we're making some organizational changes. You know, they always use the big words to basically tell you you're disposable. They didn't even look them in the eye, y'all. I got on LinkedIn the morning after, and people got an email in their inbox, and then when they opened it, the system knew they opened it and then cut their access. Crazy work. People that, like, and listen, their reasoning was to invest more in AI infrastructure, right, in data centers. They're laying off people. You already know some of these people literally built the software, built the cloud computing, built all of the shit that's making all of this even possible, right? To then discard them and tell them via email. Like, it really triggered me. I wasn't even a part of that, but it really triggered me because it brought me back. And I've been laid off twice. Oracle was not my last layoff. It was not my last layoff. But it's just like, man. And again, back to the introvert thing, back to just being observant, you know, you see these things coming from a mile away. You feel them coming. And a sad part about being observant in these spaces is you can't speak on the patterns that you pick up on. You can't speak on the fact that leadership is just really, it speaks to seniority. It doesn't speak to anyone's actual people skills or leadership qualities or ability to prioritize or the ability to be community focused or whatever, right? Leadership has nothing to do with that in corporate America. It's all about seniority, right? It's all about what you can do, what you can get done. There's a huge political aspect to it as well. There's a huge racial aspect to it as well. It's just, it's so performative. And it's draining. It's draining, right? Like, I'm grateful for my experiences because it led me to mindfulness. It led me to meditation. It led me to creating a relationship with myself and with my confidence. And I now have this, like, quiet confidence. Somebody called me a gentle giant one time, you know, like, I just have this way of, like, I'm reserved, but when I need to speak, when I need to lead, it's from a calm place. It's still from that introverted place, you know. I never changed who I was. I just found my voice and tuned it up, you know what I'm saying? So to my observant folks, to my introverts that are still in these spaces, to my introverts that are exhausted, I see you. Hang on, tap in with me. I have some tools for you, you know. But it's just a weird time, and it's really, really important that we uncover our talents, find our voice, and let the world know what else we're capable of outside of these environments, outside of these corporations, because we're clearly disposable to them. And I've been seeing some scary headlines where it's like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the 9 to 5 is not going to be a thing. The traditional corporate job is not going to be a thing, right? Because of AI and all this stuff. And it's like, I do believe AI is going to take some jobs. But I also think that we're smarter than that as humans. That there are just some things that you cannot replace. We cannot be replaced in some aspects. We just can't. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to hit the same. And it's going to show in our dollars. It's going to show in how we spend. We're going to crave human connection in a way that's going to obliterate everything that's going on right now, because we have integrity as a people. The people that really know, the ones that are leading with their heart, the ones that have a fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys, that's my venting. I just wanted to get that off and just provide some encouragement, especially to my observant folks, especially to the ones that are just seeing all of this. If you're feeling scared, like your personality isn't enough, like you're not doing enough, listen, there's nothing you need to change about yourself. You can maybe speak up more, but there's nothing that you need to change about yourself. So, yeah, I always like to remind people of that, always. So, yeah, have a blessed day. Thanks for listening. Hope this was helpful, inspiring, valuable in some way. If not, I'm just glad I got it off my chest. So, thanks. Bye.